in just 6 days. So Adil makes 5 changes as well, including a full debut for former Saint Nathan Redmond. Harry Pickering, Taylor Gardner-Hickman, Christy Montgomery and Matthias Jorgensen all return. Ryan Hedges returns on the bench as well for the first time since February. No Todd Cantwell tonight, though Yuki Ohashi is also among the substitutes. Saints yet to lose a midweek game under Tonda Eckert. Let's see if that continues tonight in pouring rain on the south coast. It's Southampton against Blackburn Rovers at St Mary's.
Simon, thanks very much. Let's bring in Perry Groves. We all know he's a lover of the Arsenal Football Club, a title winner with the Arsenal. We've all given him a big cuddle. He's okay for the time being. You all right, mate? You okay?
Everyone just got to calm down. You know what I mean? A little peppermint tea, a little bit of yoga, nice ice bath.
I've just seen you getting into your seat. You ain't doing yoga anytime soon.
I've got hamstrings like Jimmy Cranky. I'll do well to get here, trust me.
Listen, talk about the football. Quick one on Southampton, they're without Finazaz, and they've left Leo Cienza on the bench now. Normally, he's the kind of player who gets you out of your seat, but he didn't get out of his seat at Wrexham last week, and I was there to see Southampton win 5-1. So they're brilliant with him. They're probably just as good without him as well. Saints are just really good, aren't they?
Yeah, but obviously Azaz not playing either. He's, I think he's the player with the most goal involvements in the last 2 seasons in the Championship, right? 42 involvements. But when the players that are coming in, Tom Fellows are coming on the right-hand side. Obviously, he gives you a little bit of creativity and a bit of craft coming in from there. And then you got probably Archer playing over on the left-hand side. So it just shows you how strong Southampton's squad is. But if you look at Ton Drecker, he's done unbelievable, honestly, because you know you said about laughing about Will Steele's not a quick fix. His win rate, Will Steele's win rate was 25% at Southampton. Ton Drecker comes in, sort of calms everybody down. He knows what the players are about. I think he's kept it quite simple. I think his instructions to the players, there's some managers that try and make it about them and try and make it too complicated. I think he's simplified it for Southampton. And 17 unbeaten, which is unbelievable in the Championship. You know how difficult it is in the Championship to get that, it's got consistency. That is unreal. And I saw him play, obviously, Arsenal in the FA Cup, which I've had divided loyalties, I had the old half and half scarf. But he made a lot of change. But Southampton go for games. They actually go for you. And even when they went 1-0 down against Derby, they didn't break their stride. They kept their belief in themselves. And then you had Howard Bellis obviously gets them the winner.
So that's Southampton going on along the south coast. Here at Fratton Park on TalkSport 2, it's Portsmouth against Ipswich. I can't really make a case against Ipswich because they don't lose many games at all. They've dropped a couple of points with draws here and there, but they're looking efficient. They're getting penalties left, right and centre. But Pompey have hit a little bit of form and it might just be enough to get them out of it.
And they're keeping 11 players on the pitch as well, Ipswich. Whether you're lucky, because Nunes... Ipswich were unbelievable. Trust me, it was, when we walked
Kick-off on Talk Sport with Ladbrokes. 18plusgambleaware.org. Our great land is tough enough to take everything the weather throws at it. And at Johnston's Trade Paints, we're bringing that same strength to the indoors. With our range of exceptionally durable, hard-wearing paints, including cleanable matte, tough against stains and easy to maintain, Ultralast matte for an extra long-lasting finish, and AquaGuard water-based wood and metal paint resisting scuffs and wear. Find out more at johnstonstrade.com. Johnston's Trade, as tough as it gets.
We got gaming fans covered with tables and slots. Get free spins, bonus wins, and daily jackpots. Play blackjack and poker from the comfort of home. Hit a Vegas casino with one tap of your phone. Sign up is easy on all your devices. Exclusive promotions and bet boosted prices. In the no punters are sharing this tip. Get the king of the app pack. Talk Sport Bet, it's a hit.
18plusgambleaware.org.
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Get that Toyota electric feeling with the all-new, all-electric Toyota Urban Cruiser. Available with 0% APR representative and £1,500 deposit contribution. And save £1,500 with the Toyota Electrified Saving. Visit your nearest Toyota centre. Price from $29995. Available on Toyota PCP when financed through Toyota Financial Services by 30th of June 2026. Optional final payment indemnities may be required. See website conditions apply.
Across the world, 1 in 6 children are growing up in a conflict zone. UNICEF supports millions of children living in conflicts every day. They work with communities and local partners to deliver life-saving supplies for children and families like clean water, life-saving therapeutic food and vaccinations so that they can stay healthy. And they stick around after too, helping children learn, recover and thrive. £10 a month could help support children when they need it most. Just search UNICEF Donate today.
The moment they walk down the aisle, you want to see it all. And feel ready. Our advanced eye test checks both your eyesight and eye health, so you feel confident in life's important moments. It includes a UV protection and dry eye assessment, plus an OCT scan for early detection of conditions like glaucoma. Book your advanced eye test today. Vision Express. Step out with confidence. T&Cs apply. Upgrade your free NHS PRSI medical card eye test for a nominal fee.
On average, Rift Tax refunds get their customers £3,000 back. Search Rift Tax refunds today.
And you'll join us for the Coral Scottish Grand National, and the racing fans are air for it. As always, the Highland Historic are here, still reminiscing about that iconic Red Rum win. There's the Tartan Titans, Kilts, Sporrans the lot, splendid. And finally, the local loyalists. If there's a Scottish jockey or trainer, form goes out the window. Whatever kind of racing fan you are, don't miss the Coral Daily Download. Every morning from 6 on TalkSport with Coral. We're here for the Coral Scottish Grand National. T's and C's apply. 18plusgambleaware.org.
The stars come out to talk on TalkSport and TalkSport 2. Kings of the pitch.
Ashley Young.
We need to worry about what we're going to do, not about what they're going to do.
Massive names.
The Olympic champion, Keely Hodgkinson.
All I kept thinking about was crossing that line first. It was really amazing.
The Illuminati of international football.
Joining us live on Drive, David Beckham.
That should be enough motivation. If it's not, then you're in the wrong team and you're playing the wrong sport.
Massive games, massive names on TalkSport and TalkSport 2.
Sharp Shooting Radio.
What a goal, what a game.
Kick off with Adrian Durham.
Huge night of football. We're around the grounds. All the goals as they go in. The Women's World Cup qualifiers underway. Northern Ireland 2-up. England lead Spain 1-0 at Wembley. Lauren Hemp with the goal. And Wales have just gone a goal up against Albania in Wrexham as well. Hannah Kane, the Leicester player, with the goal. 4 in 3 for her in qualifying. She got a 93rd minute equaliser in the Czech Republic in a previous qualifier. And Hannah Kane has scored again. Wales 1. Albania 0 after 15-20 minutes of that game. Time now to look at the latest football action with Ladbrokes.
The Big Preview on Talk Sport with Ladbrokes. Get a free bet every week of the season and a big boost every day. That's Ladisfaction. Minimum £5 bet. Conditions apply. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
And Liverpool with a big job to do at Anfield against the European champions Paris Saint-Germain. A reminder of the teams. Matt Jones.
No Mo Salah for Liverpool, but Alexander Isak does make his first start in 4 months. He won't last the duration though. Arne Slot says he's only fit for about 45 minutes, but would rather start him than bring him on. Elsewhere, there are 4 further changes from the win over Fulham on Saturday. Milos Kerkez, Ryan Gravenberch, Alexi McAllister and Hugo Ekitike come in. Andy Robertson, Curtis Jones, Cody Gakpo and Rio Ngamoa are the players to drop out. As for PSG, they're nicely rested after their league game at the weekend was postponed, so they name an unchanged side from the game in Paris. That means Liverpool once again have to work out how to handle that formidable front three of Doué, Dembele and Kvaratskhelia. It's Liverpool against PSG at Anfield.
Liverpool 2 down. What an early goal would bring to Anfield. That gets underway at 8. And that's all thanks to Ladbrokes. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
The Big Preview on Talk Sport with Ladbrokes. Get a free bet every week of the season and a big boost every day. That's Ladisfaction. Minimum £5 bet. Conditions apply. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Fratton Park filling up. Teams are warming up as there'll be some atmosphere in here tonight. Pompey taking on Ipswich. Up the road it's Southampton against Blackburn. 2 championship games, both kicking off at 8 tonight. 7:45 elsewhere. Let's get into League One. Win tonight and Cardiff are on the brink of promotion there at Huddersfield. So is Talk Sports. Mark Wilson.
Yeah, it wouldn't mathematically guarantee promotion, but it would mean only Stockport could deny them an instant return to the Championship, and even that would take a freak set of results. For Huddersfield, their playoff hopes took a hammer blow at the weekend, conceded twice in injury time to drop points. They're 5 points off the top 6, and realistically need to win all 4 of their remaining games to have a chance of the playoffs. So plenty on the line here. Terriers make 3 changes from that draw with Wickham, as Anik, Sorensen and Kasumu come in for Nichols, Gooch and May. Barry Murphy sticks with the same 11 that produced a superb victory over promotion rivals Bolton at the weekend. It's all to play for at the Aki Stadium as Huddersfield take on Cardiff.
Well, let's put it simply. Win tonight, Cardiff, and they're promoted if Stockport don't win at Wimbledon tomorrow night. Now, these two could meet in the playoffs at the end of the season. Bolton against Stevenage. Watched by TalkSport's John Dunn.
It's 4th playing 6th, with Bolton's faint automatic promotion hopes ended at 2nd place Cardiff on Saturday. They have a 7-point cushion from 7th place with 4 games to play. They have lost, though, 2 of their last 4 matches. Home form here all season. 4 changes from the 2-0 reverse at Cardiff. Chris Farino, Ruben Rodriguez, Johnny Kenny and Amario Cozier-Dewberry all into the starting 11, replacing Cyrus Christie, Max Conway, Kyle Dempsey and Mason Burstow, who all dropped to the bench. Stevenage are in the playoff places by 4 points and they have a game in hand. They've won 8 of their last 12 and a real form team in League One. Only promoted Lincoln having a meaner defence than the Borough. It was a 1-0 win at 3rd place Bradford on Saturday. 2 changes tonight. Louis Thompson and Dan Sweeney replacing Lewis Freestone and Matt Phillips. Stevenage have never beaten Bolton. It's tonight here at the Tough Sheet. Bolton and Stevenage.
Rotherham were in the Championship 2 years ago. They could be relegated to League 2 tonight. They're at Wigan. They're for TalkSport. Natalie Pike.
Yes, Rotherham are in must-win territory. Defeat and their relegation is confirmed. Lee Clark hasn't been able to turn things around. They're 8 without a win, struggling badly for goals. Wigan, though, they're finding form at the right time. Just 1 defeat in 7 and looking solid defensively. So it's a huge contrast in confidence. And Rotherham simply have to find something from somewhere tonight. And so they turn to 19-year-old academy graduate Cohen Lee, who makes his debut. He's one of 3 changes from the weekend's defeat. Cover and Rafferty also come in. For Wigan, an unchanged side for the 3rd game in a row. It's the Latics versus the Millers.
And elsewhere in League One, Orient are 2 places, 3 points above the relegation zone. They host Mansfield. It's the first of 4 games in 8 days for bottom of the table. Port Vale, who could be relegated by the weekend, they host Barnsley. In League 2, there's a huge playoff clash as Chesterfield host Grimsby in front of TalkSport's Jeff Peters.
Yeah, it potentially looks like, and Grimsby, who sit a point and a place behind them with a game in hand, so it couldn't be much tighter really. Chesterfield were off the pace at the weekend.
Kick off on TalkSport with Ladbrokes. 18plusgambleaware.org.
In a world of noise and uncertainty, IG is the investment platform that backs you. Take our flexible stocks ISA, which gives you the freedom to withdraw funds anytime and replace them in the same tax year, all without losing your £20,000 tax-free allowance. And if that's not enough, pay no commission on your stocks, shares and ETFs when you invest with IG. IG. Trade, invest, progress. Your capital's at risk. Other fees may apply. Tax treatment depends on individual circumstances and is subject to change.
Spring's here, and it's time to get on top of things. And we're not talking about spring cleaning the house. Let's see. The biggest range of cars to buy entirely online? Check. 3-month warranty included? Sorted. And VAT-free servicing from £129.95 at over 100 locations? Absolutely cinched it. Everything you need, and not a feather duster in sight. To buy or service your car, search Cinch. Comparison against equivalent retailers. Visit cinch.co.uk/range claim. Terms and exclusions apply.
Sport. It's in your DNA. That's why at SpreadX Sports, you get great offers and features to aid your sports betting, including £30 in free bets when you join and place a qualifying £10 fixed odds bet at minimum odds of 1 to 2. Visit spreadx.com/DNA for full terms and conditions. SpreadX Sports. It's in our DNA. 18plusgambleaware.org. Qualifying bets cannot be cashed out early. Once settled, get 3 free £10 fixed odds bets on consecutive days. Free bet stakes not included in any winnings. Free bets must be claimed within 28 days.
Next.
Hi, just these thanks. Do you do cashback?
Just need to check you're not a robot first. New security policy.
Okay.
How many traffic lights can you see out the window?
Oh, 2?
No, that's wrong.
Right, well, obviously I'm not a robot.
That's what a robot would say.
What a load of malarkey. Smarty keeps things simple, like 80 gigabytes for £10. And on a rolling monthly SIM plan, you're free to leave any time. Less malarkey, more Smarty. Search Smarty Mobile.
At Betfair, we believe that to play different, you need the right tools. The boots, the world-class tactics, the science-backed nutrition. The pros have their tools, and with Betfair, so do you. Our safer gambling tools work just like the right pair of boots, designed to keep you on top of your game. Open the Betfair app to equip yourself so you can bet at your best. Betfair. Play different.
18plusbegambleaware.org.
Jim White and Simon Jordan on TalkSport. Mid-morning radio that's up for the job.
I'm hot under the collar with this.
Concrete sports talk.
Edge that one, Stan.
Rapid setting opinion.
I still think there's a lot of questions that need to be answered.
Oh, no. Come on. Big names, all backed up.
David Moyes, John Hart's, Ian Rush.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Delivered tomorrow morning from 10 on TalkSport by Selco Builders Warehouse. Check out this month's real deals at selcobw.com.
Kick off on DAB, online, on your mobile, and on your smart TV. A weeknight nexus of flash football and instant goals from a hyper-threaded nationwide stadium network.
Goal flash and micro-comms football.
If it goes in, it's going on. Kick off.
Around the grounds.
TalkSport.
This is TalkSport taking you around the grounds with all the goals as they go in, and a reminder of the Women's World Cup qualifiers' latest scores. England 1, Spain 0 at Wembley. Lauren Hemp with the early goal. We'll be back there shortly. Wales lead Albania 1-0 in a 7:15 kick-off. Hannah Kane. Northern Ireland 2, Malta 0. That's at half-time. And Scotland 0. Belgium 1. Kicked off at 7:30 at Hibs Easter Road Ground, and Belgium have taken the lead. Scotland 0. Belgium won that, a World Cup qualifier. Let's talk about Andoni Iraola, because our chief football correspondent Alex Crook, covering Atletico Madrid against Barcelona for us tonight, is on top of this story. As the look at the TalkSport.com website, it says Andoni Iraola to leave Bournemouth at the end of the season as Cherries immediately identify 2 possible replacements, Alex Crook, and one of them is managing a team I'm watching here tonight at Fratton Park, apparently.
He is indeed. Kieran McKenna, very much, I'm told, part of Bournemouth's potential succession planning. Wouldn't make him the favourite necessarily at this moment in time, because he's got a big release clause in his contract. He's earning a very good salary at Ipswich as well. Marco Rosa is the other name in the frame. This one really intrigues me. A German manager, formerly of Borussia Dortmund, won the cup with RB Leipzig, and at the moment I would put him in the box seat to be the new Bournemouth manager.
Okay, what's happening to Iraola? Do we expect him to go back home?
I was always told by sources close to Iraola that if he does leave Bournemouth, don't necessarily assume he will stay in the Premier League and join a club higher up the food chain. I think his dream destination has always been Athletic Club in his native Bilbao. He was a fan as a boy, he played for the club as well. but it does sound like Edin Terzic remains the favourite for that job. The other team mentioned to me soon after I found out Areola had informed the club that he was leaving was Bayer Leverkusen. Now, I think we're going to see a managerial merry-go-round this summer because Brighton's Fabian Hürzeler has also been linked with Leverkusen quite strongly in the German media. So I think we're going to be talking a lot about managerial departures. Who knows, we might even end up with pretty much a managerial transfer window because Oliver Glasner is leaving Crystal Palace. You'd have thought he might be high on Leverkusen's wanted list as well. We still don't know what Marco Silva is going to do at Fulham when his contract comes to an end at the end of the season. Now Bournemouth looking for a new boss as well.
Just quickly on Kieran McKenna at Ipswich, you say there's a hefty release clause. I'm not sure whether speculation should be revealed on air about how much people are paid, but from what I understand, and I don't know what you know, but his salary and the release clause are eye-watering, I believe. I think they would the numbers would shock quite a few people.
Yes, I agree, Adrian, and obviously he played his cards very well when he was being linked with Manchester United and Brighton before Fabian Hürzeler got the job. He signed a new contract after leading Ipswich into the Premier League. I still think he's got some convincing to do, Kieran McKenna, that he can go on and be that top manager that everybody thought when he took Ipswich up first time around. They did okay in the Premier League last season, didn't pull up too many trees, and when you look at their wage bill, you've run through their lineup tonight, they should be home and hosed already in terms of promotion. They should have run away with the Championship, in my opinion, and they haven't.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I'm not sure he did okay in the Premier League. I don't think
I'm being generous.
You are being very kind there. Andoni Areola to Manchester United has also been talked about, and this is really interesting because we've got with us not just you, but Angelina Kelly. You two appear regularly on the TalkSport show Inside Devils, the Man United show. Mickey Gray is our Manchester correspondent, so I want to get an opinion from all three. You can be as brief as you like. You can say what you want. Andoni Areola to be Man United manager next season. Alex Crook, you go first.
Not for me, Adrian, and that's not underplaying what he's done at Bournemouth, led them to their highest ever Premier League points tally last season, could well lead them into Europe for the first time before he departs in the summer. But there's a big difference between managing Bournemouth and managing a juggernaut like Manchester United. I'm just not sure he has the strength of personality to be a success at Old Trafford. His playing style is very good, but can he deal with those egos that he's not really had to do at Bournemouth?
Angelina Kelly, what do you think?
I have to agree with Alex Crook, which doesn't always happen on Inside Devils, I'll be honest. I just think that it's ultimately a risk because he's never been at a big club. I'm sorry if I offend any Bournemouth or Rayo Vallecano fans, etc., but it's hard to know if his personality, if his methods would translate. He also doesn't strike me as the most charismatic guy. Maybe he's lovely, I'm not too sure, but he doesn't strike me as a Pep or a Klopp or a Fergie. I don't know if he could really handle that pressure. Maybe the powers that be would like him, but you've also got players already saying that they'd like Michael Carrick to have the job. Amad Diallo has already come out and said that. So would he get the respect of the players as well? Not too sure. As much as Manchester United's midfield does need a massive overhaul anyway, his tactics do involve a lot of running in the midfield, so that's something that you would also have to consider with the personnel in that area of the pitch. But yeah, highly thought of, but has not done it at a big club.
And Mickey Gray, what do you reckon?
Well, Adrian, I think there'll be more clubs that will be interested in Areola than you think, and the clubs that have been interested so far that I've heard is Chelsea, Newcastle, Leverkusen and Manchester United. And I think one of the big reasons they will be interested is not just because of what he's done at Bournemouth, but the guy just likes to sign one-year contracts. I think there's a lot of owners of football clubs who look at that and think, well, look, if it doesn't go right, we're not giving him a massive payoff, so we can actually change it around, albeit they want him to go into the club and be a success. But I think that's something that plays in his favour. And his style of football, I wouldn't say no to him at Manchester United. I don't think it's going to happen. I agree with the two guys. But what I would say is it's interesting for a lot of clubs that he only signs one-year contract every single season.
I love that we nearly had that mix of Alex Crook and Angelina Kelly, which was Alexina. That's absolutely, I love that. Absolutely love that. Listen, if you want to check out TalkSport's Inside Devils YouTube show for all the latest on Man United, the latest show is out now with Angelina Kelly. Flex is on it as well, and the Guardian's Jamie Jackson. Just search for the TalkSport Man United YouTube channel. Quick one as well from Alex on a breaking story tonight about Anthony
of the England international, and is really driving this interest, and potentially Bayern readying a bid for this summer. And you would imagine, with Newcastle not in Champions League football next season, a move to the Bundesliga into a club like Bayern Munich might just appeal to Gordon.
Interesting. More on the website, talksport.com. In the Women's World Cup qualifiers, Wales have gone 2-0 up against Albania in Wrexham. The Crystal Palace goal machine, Elise Hughes, has got the second for the Welsh. And let's round up the first 45 at Wembley. Two best teams in the world, possibly? What's happened in that first half? Angelina Kelly.
Yes, it's half-time. England 1, Spain 0. Serena Wiegman will be happy with her side as they take the lead in this first half, thanks to a goal from Lauren Hemp. 2 minutes and 34 seconds into the game, to be precise. The quickest goal scored by the Lionesses at Wembley, reportedly. A corner from Alex Greenwood came in from the left, looping high into the box. It found Alessia Russo, who seemed to stumble. She fell to the ground, but scooped the ball up brilliantly with her foot to Hemp, who hooked it towards goal. Alexia Patera, she tried to stop the ball from going over the line, but thanks to goal line technology, it stood. It was miles over the line, though. How the referee, Tess Olofsson, didn't give it in the first place, I will never know. But since the goal, England have had their periods of attack, with chances for Hemp again, Alessia Russo and Kira Walsh. But Spain have seen more of the ball and have been mounting the pressure on England. Ona Baye and Irene Paredes have sent shots over the crossbar, and the team have forced Hannah Hampton into some big saves. England have been good defensively, but it will be hard to keep this up for another 45 minutes at this level. It's half-time, England 1, Spain 0.
And if you're impressed with Angelina's pronunciation of the Spanish name, she used to live in Spain. If anybody's aware of that. Let's go back to Anfield. We are getting ready for kick-off. Liverpool against Paris Saint-Germain. Liverpool with work to do. And Charlie Adam, former Liverpool midfielder, is there. And we just heard, didn't we, that Arne Slot saying he's starting Isak because he can't play much more than 45 minutes. And therefore, if he doesn't know if it's going to be extra time or not, he kind of has to start him. There's a logic to that, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, that's the management. And as soon as we see that Salah's not on the starting lineup, everybody starts jumping to conclusion. There's a feeling for that. December was the last time he started the game, so yeah, they have to think about that. And if they can get him through 45, see how he is at half time, maybe get him to 60 minutes, and then they can bring on Salah, and hopefully, they're still in the tie, and that opportunity for maybe Salah to be the match winner in the end.
To be optimistic, Arne Slot, teams out here at Fratton Park as well. Portsmouth against Ipswich is live over on TalkSport 2, and we've got a goal in League One already from a 7:45 kickoff. It's a Bolton, Mickey Gray and John Dunn.
13 minutes gone, Bolton 1, Stevenage 0, and Mario Cozier-Dewberry with the goal, and a cracker from 25 yards out, left-footed into the bottom left corner as we look. But credit goes to Tom Parsons, the referee. There was a foul in the build-up on Jordan Osei-Tutu as he brought the ball in from the right. It rolled through to Cozier-Dewberry. Lovely trick between the legs of a Stevenage player. Referee wave play on, and Cozier-Dewberry, who's been really lively. It's his first start since picking up a knee injury in January. A couple of appearances off the bench. He's looked really sharp already, Mickey, clearly making up for lost time. That's a cracking goal.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I've been really impressed with Bolton so far. The two wide players in Gray and Osei-Tutu have been really lively, but Cozier-Dewberry has been a standout player, no doubt. He gets it onto that left foot. Good play from Osei-Tutu down this right-hand side, as you mentioned there before. But when he plays it into Cozier-Dewberry, it's just that head down. It's kind of scuffed a little bit. It bobbles into the ground, the shot, but it finds its way into the back of the net. But they look lively, Bolton. They really do. I've been impressed so far, and that was a wonderful goal.
Bolton are fourth before tonight, 7 points clear of seventh. They look like they've sealed their playoff place. Stevenage need the points. They're sixth. Before tonight, they had a 4-point gap with a game in hand on seventh. Harvey White let fly from 25 yards for Stevenage. That was a millimetres wide, but it's Bolton that lead. Bolton 1, Stevenage 0.
A goal in the Scottish Championship as well. Airdrie lead Dunfermline 1-0. Airdrie second bottom, 2 points ahead of Ross County, who are bottom of the table and facing a second successive relegation. Dom Thomas with the goal. Dunfermline have a Scottish Cup semi-final Saturday at Hampden, but possibly without their top scorer, Andrew Todd, who's got an injury. Neil Lennon was saying it's not looking good for him, but we'll see. At Hampden, it's Dunfermline Falkirk on Saturday lunchtime. What's going on in the 7:45 kickoff in League One at Huddersfield? Mark Wilson.
It's Huddersfield 0, Cardiff 0. But what an opening 14 minutes we've had here. Huddersfield had the ball in the back of it inside 2 minutes. minutes. Barley Mumba produced a great finish, but he was flagged narrow offside as the ball was played just over the top.
With Lamine Yamal, Dani Olmo and Fermin Lopez playing behind Ferran Torres. It will be Barcelona who get us they'll be shooting from left to right in their traditional blue and red striped shirts, red shorts and red socks, and they get us underway in the Metropolitano against Atletico Madrid, who are in their traditional red and white striped shirts with blue shorts and blue socks. And there's an early touch for Molina to get the ball away from Ferran Torres, and he clears it long. That's headed away by Martin playing in the centre of defence this evening as Barcelona on the attack here with Lamine Yamal. He comes into the box, the shot comes in and it's tipped around the post by the Atletico Madrid goalkeeper Musso, and an early chance for Barcelona inside 40 seconds. Lamine Yamal just inside the box, shooting low with his left foot, and Musso had to dive down low to his right and palm the ball out. So it's a Barcelona corner. It comes in towards the near post. It's headed away by Griezmann. Barcelona picking up again on the far side. What a bright start it is for Barcelona, for Hansi Flick's side. What is that on the far side? Barcelona have it again. They still have possession on the far side. They bring it all the way over to this near side to Jules Koundé. France right back. He plays down the line to Lamine Yamal. He loses possession. He wants a free kick, and he will get one from this evening's referee. The official is from France. It's Clément Turpin. Video assistant referee is also from France, Jerome Brissard, as Barcelona take the free kick quickly. They're on the attack with Pedri, but his pass is intercepted. Atletico Madrid do clear their lines, and Alvarez comes away with the ball. He's racing forward. His option to the left is Lookman, who was briefly offside, and somehow Alvarez has regained the ball. He plays inside to Lookman. It's a loose touch. Ball comes to Koke. It then goes wide. Low cross is blocked by Cancelo, and the ball goes out of play for Atletico Madrid throw. I think it was Simeone who tried the low cross. Of course, the son of the Atletico Madrid boss, Diego Simeone, Giuliano Simeone, playing on the right wing for Barcelona this evening. So much at stake. This is the 6th time these two sides have met each other this season. And Simeone hurls in a long throw, runs to the edge of the 6-yard box. It's headed away by Barcelona. Ball is high in the sky. Comes back out towards Simeone, but the header is won by Cancelo. Barcelona trying to attack on the far side with Fermin Lopez, driving through the middle now. Ball comes to Lamine Yamal. Plays it over to Lopez, but he's tackled by Ruggieri. Ruggieri tries to clear. Lopez comes in with the challenge, and the ball going out of play for a throw on the near side. Hansi Flick watching on. It will be an Atletico Madrid throwing inside 4 minutes. Of course, last week, Pau Kubasi was sent off. Alvarez scored from a direct free kick. It was a brilliant free kick from the Argentinian to put Atletico in the lead. And then Alexander Soloff came off the bench to net his 6th goal of this Champions League campaign. And Atletico have the ball on the far side. Molina decides to play it to Longley. Slightly heavy touch, and he tries to play it backwards. So Lamine Yamal read it. Lamine Yamal gets the ball back. Shot comes in, and the ball's into the back of the net. And Barcelona have a goal back. And it's calamitous defending by Atletico Madrid. The home side are raising their arms in defence, claiming that there's an offside, but it was really smart play by Lamine Yamal to realise that the Atletico defence was going to play the ball back to their goalkeeper. He read it, it came off his heels. He then received the pass from one of his teammates. He put the ball into the back of the net, and he's clearly onside. And it's a lovely first-time finish just inside the penalty box. It's Ferran Torres with the pass, and I think it's gone through the legs of Musso. It's a lovely finish, indeed it has. And it's the perfect start for Barcelona in the Spanish capital. They have a goal back on the night. It's Atletico Madrid 0, Barcelona 1, and it's now 2-1 on aggregate. And Lamine Yamal with his 6th goal in 10 matches in the competition this season. A brilliant start for Barcelona. As the ball goes out of play on this near side, it was Clement Longley, I believe, who was trying to make the back pass that was read by Lamine Yamal. Not what he was hoping for as he came into the side today in replace of Hanchko, who was injured last week. Ball's with Yamal again. Comes wide to Olmo. Ball goes back to Jules Koundé. Squares it inside to Eric Garcia. It's now out wide on the far side to Cancelo. He tries to flick it forward, but that's well read by Molina. Excellent defending there. And then there's a clear shove by Cancelo on Giuliano Simeone. So Atletico Madrid will have a free kick in a right back area. You would say that actually both of these teams have relatively makeshift defences. The Norman and Longley and Garcia and Martina, neither of these sides' first choice centre-back pairings. As the ball comes over to Ruggieri, he nods it forward towards Lookman. He chests it down, lovely second touch. He skates away from the challenge of Garcia, who's tracked his run there, and Atletico are on the attack. Ball comes towards Griezmann. It's cut out by Barcelona. Almost there to help, and he'll just put the ball out of play on the far side. Going for safety first in the end, Dani Olmo. Good break there by Atletico Madrid. Again, they have the opportunity to launch a long throw into Barcelona's penalty box. Giuliano Simeone wearing the number 20 shirt, preparing to launch it into the penalty box. Decides to play it short instead. In the end, Barcelona are able to crowd out the attacker, so it goes out for another throw. Simeone feints taking it quickly, so I think this time he might go for the long throw. Normand is already in the penalty box. Obvious target. So is Clement Longley. And in it comes from Simeone. Longer throw this time. Flicked on by Longley. Ball comes loose to Lookman. Can he get a shot away? It's a really poor effort. He just swiped at it with his left foot. And it goes well wide, never testing the goalkeeper. He really needed a little bit more composure. There's a lovely flick onto him from Alvarez. His first touch to control it with his right foot was poor, but the strike with his left foot was even worse. And if you are just joining us, Barcelona already have a goal this evening. Clement Longley tried to play the ball back to his goalkeeper. It was cut out by Yamal. The ball ricocheted to Ferran Torres, and then Torres just laid it on a plate for Lamine Yamal to put the ball through the legs of the goalkeeper, Musso. So on the night, Barcelona now have the lead. And it's now 2-1 on aggregate to Atletico Madrid. As the ball is put through to Olmo, he gets the ball just ahead of Musso. Shot comes in, Musso makes the save, and the ball comes loose. Musso's able to grab it. It was a lovely through ball by Lamine Yamal in the first place. Through to Dani Olmo. I didn't think he was going to get there, but he did manage to get a foot in. Musso got off his line very quickly and made a really important save. Atletico Madrid are now on the attack on the far side. Griezmann tries to pass with the outside of his foot towards Lookman. Really important challenge there from Jules Koundé, just to clear the ball out of danger. But here comes Lookman again on this near side. Plays down the line to Ruggieri. Cross comes in, headed away by Barcelona. Cross towards Koke, he hits it on the volley. That's not testing anyone. Goes straight into the stands. Gavi is just having a word with the French official. He's not happy about something that happened there. Not happy the way Coquet landed into him. It was a really good chance for Dani Olmo moments ago, and it was a crucial left-handed save by Musso in the Atletico Madrid goal. And the home side now have a corner on the far side. Antoine Griezmann, the France World Cup winner, is preparing to take it with his left foot. In it comes from Griezmann towards the far post. It's beyond Longley. The header by Barcelona is straight into the sky. They're able to flick it away. Ball comes back into the box, but it's not going to be controlled by Longley. It goes out for a Barcelona goal kick. Eric Garcia now for Barcelona. 10 minutes played at the Metropolitano. It's Atletico Madrid 0, Barcelona 1 on the night, 2-1 on aggregate still to Atleti. Eric Garcia. He's at the feet of Pedri. Pedri again, he just drops a little deep, as he often does. He loves to dictate play, the young Spaniard. Out on the far side with Cancelo now. Pedri once more on the halfway line. He's in the centre circle. He plays the ball forward to Torres. First side pass back to Gavi. It comes out wide to Lamine Yamal. It's a heavy first touch, but he's able to knock it down the line to Koundé. Koundé's being tightly marked by Lookman, who wins the ball back for Atletico Madrid. Ruggieri at left back. Cleared now by the Atletico Madrid defence. It's up towards Griezmann. He's been marked very tightly. He gives it to Alvarez. Ball come loose to Griezmann. Coquet wants it on the near side. Griezmann instead plays into the middle. It's a bit of a blind pass. Llorente couldn't get there. Then there's a late challenge by Eric Garcia. Atletico Madrid get a free kick inside Barcelona's half. Barcelona couldn't believe that decision. So Atletico Madrid have a free kick. Of course, Diego Simeone is on the sidelines, but he's not quite as animated as he normally is. Telling his players just to calm down a little bit. As the ball goes into the box, it comes off a Barcelona header, comes towards Koundé. What a great header from him. Let's go win the ball back on this near side. It's Alvarez. Plays it back to Ruggieri. Goes all the way back to Longley. He's forced to knock it back to his goalkeeper, Musso. Musso clips it forward towards Simeone. Lovely touch there by the winger, and he does really well to keep the ball in play on the far side. Puts it back to Molina. Goes back to Lenormand. Let's go. Madrid goes safety first. Back to Musso. And he switches it over to Ruggieri, who has room to run into on this left-hand side. Comes to the halfway line. He plays it inside. Not a good ball forward. It's too heavy towards Ademola Lookman. It does come off a Barcelona player, so Atletico Madrid will have a throw-in. As I mentioned, these two sides met 6 times already this season. Twice in the league, twice in the Copa del Rey. As Lamine Yamal is on the attack on the right-hand side, and the ball comes back over towards him. He's got a little bit of space. He looks up. There's no one really in the box, though. That's a problem. Then he goes down under a challenge. He wants a free kick. Diego Simeone is absolutely furious. Referee allows play to continue. Lookman has it on the near side. He'll play it back to Ruggieri. Heavy touch with his left foot. He clears with his right towards Alvarez. He can't control it. And Eric Garcia will knock the ball back to his goalkeeper. 14 minutes played at the Wanda. Well, it used to be the Wanda Metropolitano, didn't it? Now the Riyadh Air Metropolitano. And so far, Atletico Madrid have had 49% possession, while Barcelona have had 51%. So very, very even so far. And of course, crucially, this evening, Barcelona have the goal. Atletico Madrid have the lead still on aggregate. This ball comes over to Ruggieri on this near side. He plays it down the line to Ademola Lookman, the former Atalanta forward. Wants to skip past the challenge. Lopez is in front of him, so is Koundé. On the edge of the penalty box on this near side. Llorente. Over to Ruggieri. Cross comes in, headed away by Garcia. Flicked forward by Olmo. Atletico Madrid have possession again with Koke. Koke has the ball again on this near side. Ruggieri. Koke. Longley goes all the way back to his goalkeeper, Juan Musso. As there was a little bit of talk about whether Jan Oblak would be back in the side today. He's been suffering with an injury, and Musso has kept his place. He actually played really well in that first leg last week at the Camp Nou. Koke through to Alvarez, lovely flick over to Ruggieri, who again has lots of space on his left hand side. It's almost as if Lamine Yamal doesn't have to track back as much. As again, Atletico Madrid go back to Musso, who's wearing all yellow today. He spreads the ball out over towards Ruggieri. It's not a very good delivery. He goes out for a throw-in right by Diego Simeone on the touchline. Eric Garcia now for Barcelona. Squares it to Gerard Martin. Often plays at left back for Barca in the middle today due to the injury to Al Kubasi. Of course, Joao Cancelo's recruitment earlier in the season has meant that Cancelo is regularly playing at left back and at right back at times. Eric Garcia. Kunde. Walter Olmo. He goes safety first back to his defence, and Eric Garcia now has the ball at his feet. Comes over to Olmo, who's just hugging this side of the pitch, this near side. He does a 1-2 with Yamal. It goes back to Kunde on the halfway line. He squares it into Garcia, who's right by the centre spot. He throws it forward to Pedri. Tries to play it through to Ferran Torres, but there's a crucial touch there by Lenormand, as Longley is able to clear. Lookman can't keep the ball in play. Pedri nearly perfectly threaded the ball through to former Manchester City forward Ferran Torres. Barca have the ball on the far side. Comes back to Martin. Gavi now. Martin again. Gavi once more. Martin. Loose touch by Lopez, but he gets the ball back. Pedri has it. Pedri, of course, the Barcelona captain this evening. Kunde. Pedri once more. Wants to stab the ball through to Torres. It's cut out once more by Atletico Madrid. It comes out to Ruggieri. Plays down the line to Lookman. He collects the ball. Lovely ball infield to Alvarez. His pass to Griezmann, though, is intercepted, and Barcelona come forward with Martin. It's a marauding run from the centre half. He plays it into Olmo. Now with Lamine Yamal, he tried to flick the ball into the box. It's not very good. Olmo goes down under the challenge of Koke. The ball just went straight to the goalkeeper in the end. Atletico Madrid have the ball in the central midfield with Llorente. His pass forward is cut out by Kunde. Pedri can't keep a hold of the ball. Llorente tries to win it back. It's all very bitty at the moment. Barcelona have it now with Olmo. It's wide to Fermin Lopez. Back inside to Olmo. On the edge of the centre circle in his own half. It's Pedri. Squares it back to his central defender Eric Garcia. Olmo now. Barcelona again have it with Dani Olmo. Plays over to Ferran Torres. Tries a 1-2 with Olmo, but it's cut out by Atletico Madrid. Jules Koundé now has it on the near side. Plays a 1-2 with Lamine Yamal and play it back to Eric Garcia. Gavi inside Atletico Madrid's half. It comes over to Lamine Yamal, who's right in front of Diego Simeone at the moment. It's back to Gavi. Barcelona, as you'd expect, being very patient with the ball. Fermin Lopez, inside to Ferran Torres. Plays the ball back to Pedri. Atletico Madrid are just defending deep, right on the edge of their penalty box at the moment. There's a challenge there by Ruggieri on Lamine Yamal, and came off the youngster first. And it's out for throwing to Atletico Madrid. Ruggieri has the ball in hand. Ruggieri throws it down the line. Koundé battles with Lookman. Comes off Koundé last for a Atletico Madrid throw a little bit further up, about 15 yards further forward. Ruggieri cleans the ball with the inside of his shirt. Again, tries to go along. This time it's cut out by Gavi. He toes the ball back to Koundé. He can't keep it in play. Atletico Madrid will now have a throw on the halfway line. They are certainly making some territory on this near side. And in the end, they decide to play the ball back, and it goes all the way to Juan Musso. He squares it over to the right back, Nahuel Molina. He clears it down the line, but it's cut out. Atletico Madrid have a throw that Griezmann takes quickly. He tosses it over to Llorente. Griezmann once more, the former Barcelona forward, of course. The second spell at Atletico Madrid. Spreads the ball over to Lookman, who's in the box. Koundé's in front of him. He's trying to come onto his favourite right foot. Puts in a low cross with his left foot, and the effort from Griezmann goes wide. Griezmann wants a corner. The referee, I think, is going to give a goal kick. And that's a really good chance for Atletico Madrid, and arguably their best of the game so far. A good low cross by Lookman with his left foot. Griezmann came over with his left foot to go for a shot, but it was blocked. It's a terrific block, in fact, from Gerard Martin. This most definitely should be a corner kick. The referee's given a goal kick instead. Ferran Torres goes down as the challenge of Longley. Barcelona will have a free kick on the halfway line. Interesting to see just how deep Lenormand would follow Torres for that challenge. Barcelona play it quickly, and they're attacking on the far side. It's a really good run, and Fermin Lopez goes down right on the edge of the penalty box. He wanted a free kick. The referee has pointed for a goal kick. It's clearly a slip by Fermin Lopez. It would have been very, very harsh. The free kick had been given there. Llorente gets a foot in for Atletico Madrid. Now playing in the centre of midfield, of course. Playing in various different positions as Barcelona nearly catch the Atletico Madrid defence out again. This time they managed to clear. As I was going to say, Marcos Llorente playing in the centre of midfield today, but of course playing right back as Barcelona on the attack. Shot comes in, it's into the back of the net. It's Ferran Torres. And Barcelona have levelled the tie. Hansi Flick absolutely loves it. It's a terrific finish from the Spaniard Ferran Torres. And the Atletico fans look to the skies because they can't believe what they've seen. Inside 24 minutes, Barcelona have now scored twice, and the tie is level. And still, Diego Simeone is telling his team to calm down. It was Olmo who had the ball. He threaded it through to Torres. It's a lovely first touch with his right foot to get away from Longley. Then he prodded it forward with his right once more so he could get the shot away with his left foot to beat the goalkeeper over the goalkeeper's left shoulder. Musso unable to get a touch to it, and it's in the back of the net. There's no doubt he was onside. It was a lovely drop of the shoulder right between the two centre-halves. It's a terrific finish on the night. It's Atletico Madrid 0, Barcelona 2. It's 2-2 on the night as Lamine Yamal's on the attack. Cross comes in, header comes in, it's saved by Musso. What an amazing cross that was. What a terrific header. Immediately Musso comes over to check on Fermin Lopez, who was coming in with the header. there appears to be blood. I think Musso must have caught the nose of Fermin Lopez. He's already wearing a headband. There's a lot of blood indeed. I think perhaps the monitors need not show all of this because there's quite a lot involved. But it's a terrific cross with the outside of his left foot from Lamine Yamal. It was a brave header from Fermin Lopez. And in fact, you know what it was? It was a brilliant save by Juan Musso. But as Fermin was coming down, his face has just caught the studs of Musso's boot. It's a freak accident. It's a clear accident. Musso isn't really to be blamed at all. And he was also very, very quick to alert the medical officials to come and check on him. Some of the Atletico Madrid players look a little bit shell-shocked at all the blood they might have just witnessed there, and I think Koke is just trying to raise their spirits and get them going again. Barcelona had the perfect start to this half. They were shell-shocked by that smash and grab last week by Atletico Madrid, who won that 2-0. There was the sending off to Pau Kubasi. Alvarez scored a stunning free kick. Sorloth scored off the bench. But Barcelona have played this first half perfectly so far. It's the third goal in 10 games this season for Ferran Torres. Some of the Barcelona players just get a little warm-up, including Marcus Rashford, Manchester United loanee. As I mentioned, Rashford actually had a pretty good game last week in the first leg. A little bit unfortunate not to be in the starting 11 today. Of course, he'll be warming up because he might have to come on for Fermin Lopez. Rashford has 5 Champions League goals to his name this season. Of course, they've also got Robert Lewandowski on the bench. It's a very, very good player that they could bring on later in this game if necessary. Of course, this is for a place in the semi-finals. The winners of this match will face either Arsenal or Sporting Lisbon in the last 4. So medical attention still just being seen to Fermin Lopez. Atletico Madrid might be 2-0 down tonight on the night, but they've scored plenty of goals in recent times in the Champions League. In the last round they were 7-5 aggregate winners over Tottenham, and in the round before they were 7-4 aggregate winners over Club Brugge. So this team definitely has goals in them. As Lamine Yamal just sits on the ball right by the corner flag. That will certainly create a lot of photos and most likely could be on a lot of the back pages tomorrow. I'll be hoping for the right reasons, not the wrong reasons. It really was a brilliant drop of the shoulder by Ferran Torres to get away from Clement Longley. It was a lovely pass between the 2 centre-halves. Hansi Flick absolutely adored that. Fermin Lopez is back onto his feet. I think he will be okay to continue. Lamine Yamal prepares to take this corner kick, and it comes towards the 9 post. It's flicked on it, it's saved by Musso, just inside the near post. Not sure who the flick came off. I think it might have been Eric Garcia. Something was really upset Diego Simeone. In fact, it was Gavi at the near post, and his flick actually came off Antoine Griezmann. Griezmann will be pretty relieved that Musso was able to keep that out. Approaching half an hour played at the Metropolitano. It's Atletico Madrid 0, Barcelona 2 on the night. It's 2-2 on aggregate. Of course, there are no away goals anymore in the UEFA Champions League. This game will have to be decided tonight. The question is, will we see another goal, and if so, who will it come from? Or will we see more than one? I think this game could have 2, 3, 4 more goals in it. It's a really open game at the moment. Griezmann drops off a lovely first-time ball forward. Atletico Madrid on the attack. Lookman's free in the box, comes over towards Lookman, and he puts the ball into the back of the net. And Atletico Madrid have a goal back on the night, and they have regained the lead on aggregate. And it's Ademola Lookman with the goal. And the Atletico Madrid fans go absolutely wild in the Metropolitano. It's a brilliant counter-attack from the winter signing from Atalanta. The Nigerian international Ademola Lookman with his second Champions League goal of the season for Atletico Madrid. And it could be a really, really crucial one. And didn't I just say there were going to be more goals? A brilliant break by Atletico Madrid. It's a lovely crossover, I think, from Marcus Llorente. Indeed it is Llorente. It's a lovely pass straight into the path of Lookman, who's onside. He's gone in front of Koundé. He struck it right by the penalty spot with his right foot, and he's bounced it past Joan Garcia, diving to his right, just beyond the goalkeeper's reach. And the Atletico Madrid fans have their smiles back. Diego Simeone urges for calm, but Lookman has scored a crucial goal. It's Atletico Madrid 1, Barcelona 2 on the night. It's 3-2 to Atleti on aggregate. Wow. Garcia with the header forward to Olmo. He's racing forward. Ball comes wide to Lamine Yamal. He cuts inside onto his favoured left foot. He gets caught between 3 Atletico Madrid players, and then Atleti just boot the ball away, but only as far as Cancelo. Ball goes wide on the far side to Fermin Lopez. Low cross comes in, it comes off the knee of Lenormand and fortuitously into the arms of Juan Musso. Good to see Fermin Lopez is now back onto the pitch. As Pedri tries to win the ball back for Barcelona. It goes all the way back to Eric Garcia. And he'll go back to Joan Garcia. Garcia actually hasn't had too much to do in this game. He has the ball again, just inside his penalty box, wearing all orange tonight. Former Espanyol goalkeeper. Cancelo has it on the far side. He tries to play it forward. It's a little bit heavy. Lenormand should get to it first. Well, he's closed down really well by Fermin Lopez, who's battling really, really hard. Atletico Madrid will get a free kick instead. Right by the goal line. They take it quickly. It goes back to Lenormand. He goes back to Musso. Musso will clear with his right foot. So far in this game, Atletico Madrid have had 4 shots, 1 on target. Barcelona have had 6 shots, all 6 of them have been on target. Gerard Martin, just outside the Barcelona penalty box, he slips it forward to his skipper, Pedri. He drops the shoulder. He's on the halfway line now, the young Spain international. It's passed forward to Yamal, is cut out by Ruggieri, but there's a late foul there on Pedri, I think by Alvarez. Pedri wants a yellow card shown, but nothing is given, and play now continues. Fermin Lopez plays the ball down the line to Cancelo. Low cross with his left foot, that's straight at the goalkeeper. And that was a little bit silly there from the Portuguese fullback. There's no one in the 6-yard box, and then it wasn't very well delivered either way. I have a feeling that was the kind of thing which would perhaps upset Pep Guardiola at times. Cancelo was at City, of course, he's a very, very good player at Manchester City, and I think he got frustrated being out of the team for a little while. I think when Nathan Ake was playing regularly at left back. Of course, back at Barcelona. It's Garcia. There's the ball to Martin. Martin has it again on the halfway line. He gives it to Garcia, who's just inside the centre circle in his own half. Gavi, Pedri. Barcelona started to dominate possession in this game. They are now once again behind in this fixture. Lamine Yamal skates away from Ruggieri, trying to get away from Alvarez. Alvarez wins the ball back. No foul given. Ball comes into Griezmann. He skips away from the challenge of Garcia. He plays the ball back to Lenormand. That was brilliant play from Antoine Griezmann. Griezmann gets the ball again. He's dropped into a more central midfield area and he's able to flick the ball over to Ruggieri. That's class from the France World Cup winner. Ruggieri checks back. Now Molina on the far side. Alvarez trying to twist and turn with the ball. Griezmann's battling for it. He's done really well there. Antoine Griezmann. Atletico Madrid still have possession on the far side. And then the ball forward is just too heavy in the end from Giuliano Simeone. And it goes out for a Barcelona goal kick. Pedri now for Barcelona. Back to Eric Garcia in the 37th minute. It's Atletico Madrid 1, Barcelona 2 on the night. Atletico still have the lead in the tie, 3 goals to 2. It's been a thrilling first half, to say the least. Jules Koundé. Over to Lamine Yamal. Can't get away from Llorente. Ruggieri keeps the ball in play on the near side. Atletico Madrid keep possession. Excellent work though by Gavi. Now let's go back to Musso. He clears first time. Headed forward by Garcia. Loose touch by Lenormand. He flicks over to Koke, in fact, not Ruggieri. Although Koke was in Ruggieri's position of left back. Koundé knocks it back to Gavi and Barcelona have possession with their goalkeeper. Gavi. Garcia. Gavi gets the ball again on the halfway line. Pedri. Right in the middle of Atletico Madrid's half, and it's a poor pass, and Atletico Madrid will think about trying to break here. Griezmann bursts into Atletico Madrid's half of the field. Lookman's in space on this near side. He's got Koundé in front of him now. Gives it back to Griezmann. Tries in a shot. It's blocked right on the edge of the box by Barcelona. It drops towards Lamine Yamal. He gets away from Ruggieri. He looks up. He doesn't have too many options. The only option is Ferran Torres, but there's too many red and white shirts. He slows down and then he just squares the ball inside to Pedri. Yamal. Back to Koundé. Inside Atletico Madrid's half of the field. Played over to Cancelo. Goes wide to Lopez. Back inside to Olmo. He's had a relatively quiet game so far, Dani Olmo. Olmo once more. Eric Garcia right on the edge of the centre circle in Atletico Madrid's half. Pedri. Ball goes wide to Joao Cancelo. He's going to try and run at the fullback. Cross comes in. It's a decent delivery towards Ferran Torres. It's headed away by Atletico Madrid. Lookman can't keep the ball, but Atletico Madrid do manage to just boot it away, and it comes all the way to Garcia. Pedri. Ball goes wide. Cancelo on the far side, inside to Pedri. Gives it back to Cancelo. Right by the corner flag now, on the far side. He's got Molina in front of him. Forced to play it backwards, but it comes off an Atletico Madrid player. And Barcelona have a throw on the far side. They take it quickly. Goes back to Martin. He gives it to Garcia on the halfway line. Square to Koundé. He goes safety first and plays it back to the goalkeeper, Joan Garcia. Pedri over to Koundé, right back. It's the midfield of Olmo. His little back heel doesn't go to anyone other than an Atletico Madrid player. Ball is very loose. There's a late challenge there by Olmo on Lenormand, but the ball goes out of play. And Barcelona will have a throw. Joao Cancelo on the halfway line. There's a 1-2 with Fermin Lopez. Then Cancelo lifts the ball over the top towards Lopez. His first touch is poor. He's able to keep the ball in. He looks up, puts a low cross towards Olmo. He bursts into the box. He goes down under a challenge. Barcelona wants a penalty. The referee tells him to get up. Nothing given. Will VAR intervene here? Dani Olmo is absolutely furious about that decision. And Atletico try to break, but their ball forward is cut out by Martin. Lamine Yamal has it in a really central area. Running the Atletico Madrid defence. Ball comes through to Torres. He turns, and there's a good save by Musso once more. The way Ferran Torres has been able to just drop his shoulder right by defenders has been world class tonight. He did it again there, but this time he couldn't beat the goalkeeper Musso. As Petri comes and asks a question of the referee, who is having a discussion, I believe, with the video assistant referee. There's a really good chance. Ferran Torres afterwards, which he couldn't take. It was Olmo who'd got into the box, and then he got between two Atletico Madrid players, and having a brief look at the replay on my monitor makes me think VAR might not interfere here. The play will continue. With the 42nd minute, Atletico Madrid 1, Barcelona 2. It's 3-2 to Atleti on aggregate. Cancelo. Pedri now, just inside his own half. Koundé. Olmo to Lamine Yamal, back to Koundé. Barcelona playing in Atletico's half of the field. It's a forward run from Pedri. Ball comes loose to Lamine Yamal on this near side. Low cross with his right foot, but there's no Barcelona players in the 6-yard box. Atletico Madrid are able to clear. They have it in the left back area now. Comes back to Ruggieri. He blasts it forward. Hit away by Garcia. Drops to Lookman. He can't get the ball out of his feet though. And then Olmo is accused of having a foul on Lookman. He can't believe it. He's absolutely furious about that decision, Dani Olmo. Was there much contact from Koke there? I don't think his feet were clipped by Llorente. Olmo in that penalty box for that appeal just moments ago. And a long ball over towards Simeone goes too far, and in the end the referee says that there's a foul nonetheless. At the moment it's Ademola Lookman's goal that separates these two sides. It was a perfectly weighted cross on the ground by Marcos Llorente. Lamine Yamal with a back heel to Jules Koundé. Ball comes inside to Omar. First time pass to Gavi. Lovely passing from Barcelona. Torres plays it out wide to Fermin Lopez. Cancelo now has it on the far side, right on the edge of Atletico Madrid's penalty area. Simeone gets a touch. Cancelo gets, well, he tries to get away from him, but in the end, Atletico Madrid give a corner. And we're in the 44th minute, nearly 45th minute. This could be one of the last chances of the first half. I suspect there might be 3 or 4 additional minutes though, due to that cut to the upper lip. Fermin Lopez, who takes this corner, as a deep one. It's a terrible corner. You expect much better from a player of his calibre. And it goes out for a goal kick. He just curled it far too heavy. So Musso just tells his teammates just to calm down a little bit. Approaching 45 minutes played in the Metropolitano. Ball is loose inside Barcelona's half. Jerry gets the foot in and the referee is blown for a free kick for a foul on Dani Olmo. Olmo plays the ball back to Garcia, the former Manchester City defender. Squares over to Martin, who's got a little bit of room to run into. He slips the ball forward to Lopez. First time touch to Cancelo on the far side. We're going to have 4 additional minutes at the end of this first half. Pedri. He goes wide to Cancelo, slips it into the box. It's a good run by Fermin Lopez, but it's just too heavy. He's unable to get to the ball, and it will be an Atletico Madrid goal kick. Barcelona players are unhappy about something here. Really quite animated with the French referee. They're claiming that the ball came off Simeone, which I'm not sure it necessarily did. So again, Musso is looking to take this goal kick long and kick it high into the midnight sky, into Atletico Madrid's half of the field. Oh, sorry, Barcelona's half of the field. And they actually play all the way back to Longley, who goes back to the goalkeeper, so back to where they started. He kicks it long again, this time towards Lookman on this near side. He pushes the header forward, he tries to get it back from Alvarez. Strong challenge by Koundé, and the ball goes out of play for a goal kick on this near side. Julian Alvarez plays over to Simeone. He nods the ball down to Molina. It comes inside to Llorente. Really strong challenge right on the edge of the box. I think it was Gavi. It was class. It was Gavi. But Atletico Madrid win the ball back quickly. Low cross comes into the box towards Griezmann. Flicks on it, comes loose to Lookman. Comes into the box. His shot is blocked by Koundé. Ball is loose in the penalty box. And then there's a foul by Simeone. Barcelona take the free kick quickly. 2 more minutes of stoppage time remaining in this first half. Lamine Yamal on the halfway line, trying to run away from Lookman. He's running at Ruggieri now. He doesn't have any options. He slips slightly, but he's able to play the ball inside to Pedri. Olmo now. Barcelona slow things down a little bit. Goes wide to Lopez. Olmo. Pedri. Barcelona try a first time pass into Olmo. Atletico Madrid defend really well on the edge of their box, as you'd expect from a Diego Simeone managed side. Trying to knock it long. It's headed away by Koundé. Griezmann though gets ahead. It comes towards Alvarez. Strong challenge by Eric Garcia. Excellent defending. Pedri spreads the ball wide. It's kept in play. Comes inside to Olmo. Pedri now has it. He's just walking with the ball right on the edge of Atletico Madrid's third of the pitch. Lamine Yamal now on this near side. He puts the ball forward to Koundé. Cross comes in, but it deflects straight into the arms of Musso. No real problem there for the goalkeeper. Musso clears it long and high into the sky. Hit away by Martin, only as far as Koke. Towards Griezmann, he can't keep hold of it. Pedri now has it. Goes back to Cancelo. Lamine Yamal puts the ball through. Barcelona on the attack, and then Ferran Torres just couldn't get the ball out of his feet. And then Atletico Madrid in the end actually give away a free kick right at the end of the half. Ferran Torres this time couldn't drop his shoulder to get away from the defenders. He lost his balance, he lost control of the ball, and as he tried to win it back, he was actually fouled in the end. It's a late challenge by Marcos Llorente, trying to get around the legs of Ferran Torres. And this could be a very, very crucial free kick. 4 additional minutes at the end of this first half have been played. This will most likely be the last kick of the first half. Ferran Torres is over the ball. Of course, in the last leg, Alvarez scored a stunning free kick. And then Marcus Rashford hit the crossbar for Barcelona with a free kick in a similar position. This is not too dissimilar. It's just outside the edge of the D, a little bit to the left of the goal, but still relatively central. Probably about 30 yards out. I think there's a four-man wall and there's one player laying down behind them, the draft excluder. So what will Ferran Torres do here? There's no other player near the ball. It's Torres. He goes for goal. It's not very good. It's straight into the stands. And the referee blows his whistle for half-time. What a fantastic... League. Second half is about to kick off, and let's hope it's as exciting as the first half, because that was fantastic and frenetic. Barcelona winning that first half 2-1, but it is Atletico Madrid who still have the lead on aggregate, 3 goals to do, thanks to their 2-0 victory last week in Barcelona. And it will be Atletico Madrid who get us underway for the second half. It doesn't appear either of these sides have made any changes at half-time. We'll get full confirmation of that very shortly. Atletico Madrid wearing their traditional red and white striped shirts, blue shorts and blue socks. Get us underway in the second half. They are shooting from left to right. Barcelona in their traditional blue and red striped shirts, red shorts and red socks, shooting from right to left. If you are just joining us, Lamine Yamal's goal after 4 minutes and Ferran Torres' strike in the 24th minute levelled this tie in the first half, but then Ademola Lookman scored for Atletico Madrid just after half an hour. So it's Atletico who have the lead once more in this tie, and Barcelona have it with their right back Jules Koundé inside to the Barca skipper for today, Pedri. Back to Gerard Martin playing in the middle of the Barcelona defence. It's Pedri. Slips it forward to Ferran Torres. Lovely control. Plays it forward to Pedri, who continued his run. He spreads out wide to Lamine Yamal. Comes onto his favourite left foot. Shot comes in. It's blocked by Llorente. Ball is headed away by Garcia. Griezmann miskicks the ball, and Barcelona had it back momentarily. Lost possession and then have to clear in defence. They now have it with Ferran Torres. It's Pedri over on this near side in Atletico Madrid's half of the pitch. He squares it into the middle to Olmo. It goes out to the right back Koundé, who plays the ball down the line to Lamine Yamal and gets it back. Barcelona love their one-touch passing. Pedri to Fermin Lopez. Ferran Torres falls down. Atletico Madrid steal the ball. They'll look to break. They play over the top towards Lookman, but Garcia came out of his goal. He was able to square the ball to Gerard Martin. Pedri in the centre circle. He gives it to Gavi. And he has it just inside Atletico's half. It comes out wide to the Portuguese fullback João Cancelo. He loses possession, and then there's a late challenge there by Cancelo on Koke. Atletico Madrid will have a free kick. Historically, Barcelona have had the upper hand over Atletico Madrid. Atletico have had 79 victories, while Barcelona have had 115, and there's been 57 draws between these two sides. Atletico Madrid did actually lose 2-1 to Sevilla at the weekend. That was a much changed side as Fermin Lopez tries to slip the ball through to Ferran Torres, but it's cut out by the Normand. Ball comes over to Longley. It's a little bit loose. He just boots it forward in the end. Garcia wins the header, and Atletico Madrid have the ball again. Comes over on this right-hand side, but there's a whistle blown by the referee because one of the Barcelona players is down. Not quite so sure what happened. I think it's a heavy fall there by Eric Garcia as he was battling with Alvarez. Quite an awkward fall in the end for Eric Garcia. Went head over heels. At the very least, I think he'll be a little bit winded. It's Robert Lewandowski, the legendary Polish forward, warms up on the sidelines, as do a whole host of Barcelona substitutes. Marcus Rashford is there as well. There's our French referee, Clement Turpin, collects the ball in his hand. Garcia is back on his feet. He's waiting on the sidelines, hoping to come back on. And Molina now has it for Atletico Madrid. Musso, the goalkeeper, clears it forward. It's headed away by Martin. Norman chests the ball down, but his ball over to Molina is too heavy. He apologises. Barca get the ball moving again once more with Pedro. Goes back to Garcia, who's now back on the pitch. Koundé down the line to Lamine Yamal. It's a feat of Olmo. Gives it back to Lamine Yamal, and then his pass to Ferran Torres is too heavy. It just about goes out of play before Fermin Lopez could get there. Fermin Lopez has now got a really big plaster over his top lip following that collision with Musso in the first half. He went in for a brave header, and then his face just caught the studs underneath the boot of Musso. There's a lot of blood gushing. I couldn't actually believe that the TV screens quite showed how much blood. He has been okay to continue. It's Olmo. Plays the ball back to the goalkeeper, Joan Garcia, who really has not had too much to do in this game, in all honesty. Barcelona starting to dominate possession, in my opinion, in this match. Actually had 57% of the possession now. There's Gavi to Pedro. Barcelona sitting in Atletico Madrid's half at the moment. Pedro once more. It's Garcia on the halfway line. Goes over to the right back Koundé. Down the line to Yamal. Back to Garcia again. Martin's got space. It's the left-sided centre back. Comes over to Cancelo. He plays it back to Martin. As you'd expect from a Diego Simeone side, Atletico Madrid are very, very well organised. They keep their shape. As Lamine Yamal attacks. On the far side, it's a winding run. He goes down right on the edge of the box. The referee's not given anything. I think Yamal wants a penalty. He can't believe nothing has been given. Of course, VAR will check this, as they always do. Pedri to Martin. Ball comes wide to Fermin Lopez. Lopez once more. Ball ricochets loose for Alvarez, who's on the attack right through the middle, but there's three Barcelona players around him. He still has the ball. He gets into the box. He plays it back to Lookman. Lookman goes for a shot, and it just goes wide of the post. He struck it really, really. Garcia was diving as far as he could to the left. He wasn't going to reach the ball, but fortunately for him, this time Lookman couldn't find the back of the net. A terrific, marauding, surging run by Alvarez. Great awareness to then play the ball back to Lookman. His shot came in. It actually came off the chest of Garcia, going nearer towards the goal, but it still managed to just go wide. Terrific play from Atletico Madrid, and that really would have changed this tie, in my opinion. I think Barcelona certainly have got one more goal in them in this game, but two, I think, could be very difficult. One is going to be difficult enough, don't get me wrong. Garcia has the ball on the centre spot. It goes to Koundé in Atletico's half. Again, down to Yamal on the far side. Comes inside to Torres, who's starting to drop more and more into a number 10 role. Ferran Torres with Olmo being further forward. Lamine Yamal skips a challenge in a more central area on the edge of the box. Flicks the ball in towards Olmo, but Atletico Madrid are able to get a foot in. Now goes out to the left back Ruggieri. Trying to attack on the far side, being closed down by Gavi. Gives the ball back to Koke. Long leg clears. Drops towards Lookman, but Garcia was strong. Olmo has it right on the edge of the centre circle. His pass back to Cancelo's loose, but there are no Atletico players nearby at the moment. Cancelo. Goes to Garcia. Ball goes wide to Yamal. Skips past the challenger Ruggieri. Sims ball to Koundé, who's bursting in the box. Cross comes in, it's punched away by Musso, but again there weren't any Barcelona players in the 6-yard box. Comes out to Cancelo. He lifts over across with his left foot towards Lamine Yamal. He heads the ball down to Torres. He goes for the shot with the second attempt. Goalkeeper hasn't got the ball yet. Yamal has it, but then Lookman's able to clear. Atletico survive. Martin. Out wide to Cancelo. Low ball into the box. It comes loose to Olmo. Gavi is through. Shot comes in, is blocked, and then falls to Ferran Torres, who puts the ball into the back of the net. And Barcelona on a level again, thanks to Ferran Torres. The pressure paid off for Barcelona. They run over to their substitutes to celebrate. The likes of Lewandowski, Rashford and Araujo. And Diego Simeone looks particularly uncomfortable. Barcelona dominating possession. And now the game is all square once more. It did feel like the goal was coming, didn't it? It was a nice interchange of passing. Olmo played it through to Gavi. His shot came in, it was blocked, it came off Lenormand and then came loose to Ferran Torres. Now, when the first effort comes from Gavi, Ferran Torres, in my opinion, looks to be offside. And then it does touch Lenormand. Now, in my opinion, that should be an offside. The question is VAR, is the semi-automated system going to get involved here? What's going to happen? Diego Simeone is certain that it was offside. The referee is now speaking to the two captains, Koke and Pedri. Simeone is trying to get the crowd to be loud once more. Let's see what happens here. The referee is speaking to his French compatriot. The video assistant referee is Jérôme Brassard. VAR is checking this goal now. And it's been deemed offside, much to the jubilation of the fans inside the Metropolitano. And Atletico Madrid's lead stays intact. The goal has been chalked off and it remains on the night. Atletico Madrid 1, Barcelona 2. Atletico Madrid now still have a 3-2 lead. Ferran Torres thought he'd got his second goal of the game. He's been denied for the 58th minute. Still just over half an hour for Barcelona to get on the score sheet. They're on the attack on the left-hand side. Crucial interception to take the ball away from Lopez. Barca got a bit of concern now over Ferran Torres, who's just holding his lower back. He was down on the ground, he's back on his feet. Of course, Barca do have a couple of really strong options off the bench if necessary, likes of Lewandowski and Rashford. Throw is wasted and Cancelo plays the ball back to his goalkeeper Garcia. So he's just treading on the ball, hoping to bait one of the Atletico Madrid attackers. He squares it to Garcia. Ball is played forward to Lamine Yamal, who's just dropped deep into his own half. He skips away from one challenge, plays the ball inside to Olmo. His first time ball is intercepted by Simeone. Simeone is on the attack now, doesn't have too many options forward. Tries to slip forward to Griezmann. It's not a great pass. Barcelona have the ball again. Pedri. Ball to Lamine Yamal. He drops deep in a more central area, right on the edge of the centre circle. He's trying to run away from Koke. Koke nearly slips. Trying to run past Ruggieri now. Ruggieri gets a foot in. The ball goes out of play. And I think it will be Atletico Madrid throwing on the far side. If you are just joining us, you have missed an absolutely sensational game so far. Barcelona took the lead on the night after 4 minutes thanks to Lamine Yamal. And Ferran Torres made it 2-0 on the night in the 24th minute. Lookman pulled a goal back after half an hour. Barcelona just thought they'd levelled the tie again thanks to a goal from Ferran Torres, but it was deemed offside. So it remains Atletico Madrid 3, Barcelona 2 on aggregate, thanks to Atletico's 2-0 victory in the Nou Camp last week. It's Joao Cancelo Ball goes back to Martin. Skips past the challenger Griezmann. Pedri now. Over to Cancelo, who's right on the touchline on this near side. He's intercepted by Molina. Alvarez is able to twist and turn and plays the ball forward to Simeone. It's a foot race between him and Martin that Martin wins, and he plays the ball back to his goalkeeper Garcia. Tremendous pace there from Martin. Here's Pedri. Spreads the ball long over to Lamine Yamal. Brings it down beautifully, as you'd expect. What a talented player he is. Just so exciting. It is hard to believe that he is still only 18 years of age. 6 goals in the Champions League this season at 18. Incredible. Gavi now. Martin, he looks up. Cross comes in towards Omar. It's too heavy. That is easy peasy for the goalkeeper, Juan Musa. Also looking for options. Wearing all yellow, decides to boot it long in the end. It's too heavy for Alvarez. It's headed away by Garcia. It drops to Koke. Inside to Llorente, who's on the edge of the centre circle. He spreads it over to Simeone. He chests the ball down when he loses possession to Cancelo. Cancelo's racing forward on the left-hand side. Llorente's coming over to help. Crucial tackle there from the midfielder. Brilliant play by Marcos Llorente. There's the ball again. He slips it forward. It's cut out by Gavi though this time. Olmo has it in the central area. He looks up, he goes for a shot. It's blocked by Koke, and Barcelona have a corner. Over an hour played at the Metropolitano. Atletico Madrid 1, Barcelona 2 on the night. Atleti lead 3 goals to 2. This has been a humdinger, that's for sure. Now Barcelona have a corner kick. Martin is going forward for it. Olmo, I thought Olmo was going to take it. He's stepped away from it now. He provides a short option. They play it short. It comes out to Pedri. It goes wide to Yamal. Cross comes in from Yamal. It's cleared by Longley. High into the sky. It's coming towards Yamal. Lookman's battling with Yamal. Comes loose to Yamal. Trying to twist and turn, and then he just miscontrols the ball. The goal's out of play. Atletico Madrid goal kick. Battle there between Lookman and Yamal, and then Yamal was able to get away from Simeone, but he just lost his balance in the penalty box. Of course, one crucial player that Barcelona are missing tonight is Rafinha. He's out injured. Such an important player for them over the last couple of years. It's Alvarez brings the ball forward for Atletico Madrid. A player who's been linked heavily with a move to Barcelona. I think he's top of their dream list these days. There's a foul on Pedri. Barcelona take the free kick quickly. The referee wants the ball to go back to exactly where Pedri fell down, and then Pedri takes it. Cancelo on the halfway line. Neither of these teams have made a change yet in this game as Ferran Torres drops the ball back to Olmo. It's Pedri. Martin has it. Of course, this game could go to extra time and penalties tonight if required. Garcia. Koundé. Garcia to Martin. Because Barcelona don't actually play until next Wednesday in La Liga. At home to Celta Vigo, they'll have a bit of a rest this weekend. Barcelona have the ball with Pedri. Atletico Madrid win the ball back, but then there's a foul on the referee. Blows the whistle. I think it will be a Barcelona free kick in Atletico Madrid's half. Of course, Atletico Madrid in action on Saturday in the Copa del Rey final. They'll take on Real Sociedad. Chance for Diego Simeone to collect more silverware. As they're looking to try and get into the semi-finals of the Champions League for the first time in 9 years. They still have the lead at the moment, 3-2 on aggregate. It's Olmo. Lamine Yamal, on the edge of the penalty box on the far side. He's got Lookman in front of him. And Jerry's there as well. He's trying to get between them. This 3-4-5 players, ball comes out to Olmo, shot comes in. It deflects, I think it deflects. The referee's pointed for a goal kick. Either way, it was a miss. Terrific play by Lamine Yamal. There were 3, 4, 5 Atletico Madrid shirts, and he was still able to play the ball back to Olmo, who just couldn't get his left-footed effort on target. Now it looks like the first couple of substitutions are about to take place. It looks like it's going to be a double substitution for Atletico Madrid first. I think Barcelona have got a couple of players about to come on as well. It's the end of the evening for Giuliano Simeone and Ademola Lookman. So the two wingers are being replaced by Atletico Madrid. One of the players coming on is Nicolas Gonzalez. Didn't quite see who the other player to come on was. We'll get confirmation of that very shortly. There's Alex Baena. So it's Baena and Gonzalez who've come on. I think Barcelona are preparing to make a double substitution very shortly as well. Ball is loose on the far side. Atletico Madrid are on the attack. Cross comes in. It's cut out by Garcia. Eric Garcia, that is, not Joan Garcia, the goalkeeper. Let's go win the ball again on the far side. Can they get across it? It comes into the box. It's Alvarez on the edge of the 6-yard box. He pulls it back, but there's no one there. Barcelona collect on the edge of the penalty area. They try to clear. Blocked by Llorente, and then goes out of play for a throw on the near side, right by Diego Simeone. Now Simeone is trying to rile up the crowd, make some noise inside the Metropolitano. It's a good run by Alvarez, and it was clever to pull the ball back, but he was trying to pull it back to probably where he should have been. And Atletico Madrid have a throw on the near side. Molina has the ball in hand. He crosses it towards the edge of the penalty area. Barcelona win the header. The ball is still loose. Shot comes in from range, and it's into the stands. Not a great strike from the Atletico Madrid skipper Koke. And Barcelona are now going to make a double substitution. They're going to take off Fermin Lopez and Ferran Torres, and they're bringing on two heavyweights in Robert Lewandowski and Marcus Rashford. Two of the biggest names in world football, I think you can say. Marcus Rashford and Robert Lewandowski. Can they prove to make the difference in this game as Atletico have the ball in the box? It's Marcus Llorente. He puts a low cross across the 6-yard box, but again, there's no one there. It was a cross-come shot. He struck it with quite a lot of pace, which makes me think it was a shot. But there were no Atletico players who could get on the end of it in the end. He wasn't really looking at goal, he was looking at the ball the whole time. I think that's been a problem for both of these teams. They've both lacked a real instinctive number 9 who's ready to just eat anything that comes. There's a ball just gone into the face of one of the Atletico Madrid players. There's a lot of blood involved again. I think it's Ruggieri just over his right eyebrow. We'll definitely need some medical attention. It was Gavi who jumped for the ball, and it looks like Ruggieri was just caught by the left elbow of Gavi. I'm not sure it was anything too malicious. I don't think it was malicious. The referee certainly hasn't done anything here, but certainly looks a very painful one for Ruggieri. And again, I'm really surprised that the broadcasters have decided to show all of this blood coming from Ruggiero. We saw that in the first half when Fermin Lopez had a big cut on his top lip, but the referee right now has just got a yellow card out. I think he's shown a yellow card to one of the players who've been complaining to him. Diego Simeone's not very impressed. I think it might be Alexander Sorloth who is preparing to come on for Atletico Madrid, of course. Made such an impact coming off the bench in the first leg, getting their second goal. He's got 6 goals in the Champions League so far in this campaign. Of course, that also included a hat-trick in that 4-1 second leg victory over Club Brugge in the playoffs. Just looking at this challenge between Gavi and Ruggieri, I really don't think there was any malice to it. I really don't think VAR will be getting involved here to show a red card or anything like that. Does look pretty painful, Ruggieri, though. They're making plenty of noise right now inside the Metropolitano because their side, Atletico Madrid, still have the lead. Just under 20 minutes remaining in the second half. They lead 3-2 on aggregate. They won the first leg 2-0. Then tonight, Lamine Yamal and Ferran Torres got the tie all squared after 24 minutes. And then Ademola Lookman put Atletico Madrid back in front. Ferran Torres thought he'd scored another goal in the second half, but it was ruled offside. So it remains 2-1 to Barcelona on the night, but Atletico Madrid have the lead 3-2 on aggregate. And of course, this injury time wait is only going to add minutes at the end of the second half, which is only going to increase the tension. And I think for some of us, the excitement at the end of this game. And in the end, Gavi has been shown a yellow card. So Koke and Lewandowski have a conversation. Of course, Barcelona did actually make a complaint to UEFA over a grave lack of VAR intervention in the 2-0 loss to Atletico Madrid last week. That complaint was dismissed. They were denied a penalty in the 54th minute when Kubel handled the ball in the box. Barca players appealed for it, but they was allowed to continue. VAR did not intervene. They weren't happy with VAR last week. Nothing has occurred on this occasion. Ruggieri is back on his feet. He does have a big blue bandage around his head. Antoine Griezmann wants the game to continue. Ruggieri is back on his feet. The ball is played into the box. It's cleared by Olmo. And it goes out of play for a Atletico Madrid throw on the far side, and we know they have a long throw in their arsenal. Ruggieri leaves it. The Norman is forward, Longley is forward as well. Looks like it's going to be a long throw into the box. In it comes. Ball comes loose on the edge of the 6-yard box. Shot comes in. It's a brilliant save by Joan Garcia. Atletico Madrid should have got their second of the night, but they haven't. Ball comes loose. Shot comes in and it's straight at Garcia again. Excellent goalkeeping from the Barcelona keeper. He throws it long to Rashford. But Atletico win the ball back. Koke. Now wide to Griezmann. Tries to get past Olmo. He slips. He goes down and he wins a free kick for his side, but Atletico Madrid were so close to getting another goal. The ball came off the header. I'm not sure who it was. It was Lenormand who in the end came with the shots. Gonzalez involved, came loose to Lenormand, and it's saved by the left knee, the left shin of Joan Garcia. Of all the players for that chance to fall to, Lenormand is probably the least likely you'd want to see. He wasn't able to convert it. Griezmann puts it across and the header is wide. Griezmann's free kick fell to the same man, Robin Lenormand. He couldn't get his header on target. Barcelona take their goal kick quickly. Pedri. He gets the ball back from Koundé. Pedri in the centre circle. He spreads it over to Martin. Quarter of an hour remaining of normal time in the second half. Atletico Madrid 1, Barcelona 2 on the night. Atletico lead 3-2 on aggregate. There's a foul on Cancelo. There will be a free kick on the near side, but the referee says just to hold on a minute because Atletico Madrid are making a substitution. It's the end of the evening for Antoine Griezmann. And on comes last week's super sub. It's Alexander Sorloth. Sorloth will definitely provide a different form of attacker for Atletico Madrid. He is definitely going to play a little bit further forward than Griezmann would. Griezmann likes to drop deep, hang wide. Sorloth will play more through the middle. He'll be more of a target man. Perhaps he'll spend a bit more time in the 6-yard box because, as I mentioned, both of these sides have missed a real natural number 9 in this game. Now they both have ones on the pitch with the actual number 9s on the back of their shirts in Lewandowski and Sorloth. Musso takes the goal kick for Atletico Madrid. Goes beyond Sorloth. It's headed away by Garcia. Flicked forward by Olmo. Llorente has the ball for Atletico. Molina's ball forward is cut out by Cancelo. Barcelona have it with Pedri. Skips past one challenger, Koke, but Koke wins the ball back. Llorente now. He goes back to Lenormand. Molina at right back. Lovely play by Atletico Madrid. Llorente puts it forward to Sorloth, who's through on goal. He's shoved over by Garcia. The referee blows his whistle, and the referee looks like he's pulling out a yellow card rather than a red card. But in the end, it looks like the official on the near side had raised his flag for offside. I think that is very, very tight, and I think Diego Simeone is indicating that as well. And I think Sorloth was onside. It's a lovely weighted pass from Llorente, but I think Gerard Martin is just about keeping Sorloth onside, and then I think there's a trip or perhaps a push from Garcia on Sorloth. Perhaps a little bit of both. Simeone is certain that there's a foul. The referee is speaking to the video assistant referee as we speak. This could be a crucial moment in what has been a thrilling game, and VAR is checking for a potential red card here. And you know what? I think it might happen. Pau Kubasi was sent off last week for being the last man, for denying a potential goal-scoring opportunity. Will it be the turn of Eric Garcia? Because I think Sorloth was onside, and I think potentially it was a foul and that he was the last man. But what do the UEFA officials think tonight? And the referee has pointed to the monitor. He's put his yellow cards back in and he's walking over to the monitor. Joao Cancelo is trying to have a word in the ear of our French official. But what will Clément Turpin decide? So now they're just looking at the challenge rather than him being onside. It does look like there's a slight collection of the legs together. The referee hasn't looked very long. He's looked at the monitor and he's pulled out a red card. And for the second week running, Barcelona are down to 10 men. It's a massive moment in this tie. Hansi Flick is shaking his head. He cannot believe it. Garcia has taken off his shirt. He's thrown it to the ground. He's walking down the tunnel. Sorloth had only just come on. He tumbled down under the challenge of Garcia and by 10 men. For a second week in a row. Of course, last week from the result, an absolute peach of a free kick. And he's over this one again. He's having a conversation with his teammates. And I think he's probably saying to them, look what I did from this moment last week. I fancy it again. Let me have a go. Let's not be silly here. Let me have a shot on target. Let me put this tie out of reach. It's a very similar position, in fact. It's on the edge of the D. It's over onto the right. He goes for goal, and it's easily saved in the end by Joan Garcia. It was on target. We have less than 10 minutes remaining of normal time in the second half. Atletico Madrid 1, Barcelona 2 on the night. Atletico Madrid lead 3 goals to 2 on aggregate. The Barca are now down to 10 men following the Garcia. It looks like Barcelona are preparing to make a substitution very, very shortly. They're making it right now, in fact. Frenkie de Jong, the Dutch midfielder, comes on for Gavi. Pedro to Koundé. Martin. It looks like Frenkie de Jong is going to play alongside Jerome Martin in the heart of the defence. I think that's because Hansi Flick realises that they need to be doing more attacking than defending. This ball is played forward and Joan Garcia raced out of his area very quickly to clear. It drops to Ruggieri. He clears forward with his right foot. Frenkie de Jong has it. He brings it into Atletico Madrid's half of the field. He plays out wide to Lamine Yamal. Ruggieri wins the ball. De Jong comes over. Ruggieri knocks it forward to Sorloth. I think he's just about onside. Doesn't have many options. Ruggieri continues his run, but the pass from Sorloth is a little bit too heavy. But Cancelo wasn't to know that. He just went to clear the ball, and Atletico Madrid have a corner. And the substitutes on the bench of the home side absolutely love that. They applaud that move. Terrific play by Ruggieri in particular there. Alvarez has gone over to take this corner kick. Of course, Atletico Madrid are going to take things just a little bit more slowly now. They play a short corner. Ball comes out. Cross comes into the box. It's head away by Barcelona. Comes out to Lenormand. Ball comes over to Llorente. Just about keeps the ball in play. Strong challenge from Cancelo. And Atletico Madrid will have a throw on this near side. We're in the 83rd minute. 2-1 to Barcelona on the night. Atletico lead 3 goals to 2 on aggregate at the Metropolitano in Madrid. Atletico have had 13 attempts tonight, 4 on target. Barcelona have 12, 7 on target. Long throw comes in from Molina. Headed away by Barcelona. They boot it forward just to relieve a little bit of danger. The ball is collected by Musso right on the edge of his penalty area on the far side, and he'll eventually pick it up as he waits for Yamal to come towards him. Long lane, decides to go route 1 towards Sorloth. Ball goes beyond him. Cancelo makes sure that Gonzalez won't get there. Cancelo to Pedri. Tries to get away from his man. He's brought down by Alvarez, and Barcelona will have a free kick, and Pedri's furious that there's no booking shown there. Frenkie de Jong on the halfway line for Barcelona. Goes out wide to Yamal. First time pass back to Koundé. De Jong again. Martin. Cancelo has a little bit of room on the left-hand side here in Atletico's half. It comes out wide to Rashford. First time he's really had the ball since coming on. Inside to Olmo. He goes down under a Atletico Madrid challenge, but Cancelo spreads the ball out wide to Yamal. He brings it down with his left foot on the far side. Ruggieri's in front of him. Plays to Koundé on the edge of the box. Tees it out for Pedri. Pedri squares it over to De Jong. It's Yamal right on the edge of the penalty area. On the far side, Ruggiero's in front of him. Bain is there as well. His pass is cut out by Koke. And then Ruggiero boots it clear for Atletico Madrid. This one for Sorloth to chase. And then there's a slight push there by the forwards. And it will be a Barcelona kick. Halfway line now with Pedri. It's De Jong. Cancelo. Almo trips the shoulder, loses possession. Koke. Gonzalez brings the ball forward. Going into the heart of the Barcelona defence. He spreads out wide to Baena. Koundé's in front of him. Plays the ball into the box towards Sorloth. Ball comes loose, shot comes in from Gonzalez and it was wide. And he knows that was a good opportunity. He was falling down as he went to shoot it. Sorloth, though, is claiming a handball in the box by a Barcelona player. The referee has just asked the goalkeeper to just hold on a minute. Sorloth continues to point to his arm. And the referee says, let's take that goal kick. So no penalty given there. De Jong now inside Barcelona's penalty box. Goes back to Martin, who's also in the box still. Pedri's there to help, but the referee's blown a ball on the pitch. Garcia quickly rolls it off. Barcelona get the ball moving again. The claim by Sorloth was it hit Gerard Martin's hands, but having a look at the replay, it doesn't look like he actually made any contact, as Garcia has the ball in the right back area outside of his goal. He plays it inside to Pedri in the 87th minute. Time is running out for Barcelona. They are a man down following the sending off of Eric Garcia. Rashford attacks on the left hand side. There's a strong challenge by Nico Gonzalez. Ball comes back to Cancelo. He slips though by trying to attack on this near side. Ball is played forward. It's Alvarez running through. It's Molina, in fact. As Molina goes for the shot. Why he didn't take it further forward, I'll never know. Such a surprise to see the right back as the most advanced player. That's why I thought for a moment it was his Argentinian compatriot Alvarez, but in fact it was the right back Molina. He just lacked the composure of a striker by going for a shot far too early, in my opinion. Brilliant play from Sorloth in the first place to release it. Cancelo now. It's Pedri. De Jong. Ball goes wide to Yamal. Twisting, turning on that right hand side for Barcelona. It's Pedri. Barcelona just sitting in Atletico Madrid's half at the moment. Rashford, first time pass into Olmo in a central area. Ball comes back to Martin. It's Cancelo on this near side. Just inside to Olmo. Right in the middle of Atletico Madrid's half. Ball goes back to Pedri. He spreads it to De Jong. It goes wide on the far side to Yamal. He can't get past Ruggiero. Excellent defending. You've got to say, Matteo Ruggiero has had a really strong game against one of the most attacking prospects in world football today, Lamine Yamal. This is an interesting... Rudy Badaji. It's the end of the game for Koke first, though, for Atletico Madrid. He's going to be replaced by Johnny Cardoso. It's a like-for-like change in the centre of midfield. That's the end of the game for Dani Olmo. Rudy Badaji comes off. Cancelo also comes off for Araujo. Cross comes in from Rashford into the box and it just misses Lewandowski, and Araujo It goes out of play for a goal kick. Araujo gives a thumbs up. Time running out for Barcelona. We're in the 90th minute. I suspect there will be quite a few minutes added on at the end of this game because of the bandaging needed to Ruggieri, because of the VAR check for the red card and for the disallowed goal as the ball is played over the top, but Joan Garcia collects it right on the edge of his penalty box. Atletico Madrid are claiming that he is outside of his box. I don't think that was the case in my opinion. Barcelona have a free kick just inside Atletico Madrid's half. They want to take it quickly. The referee has just stopped play for the moment. I think VAR is just having a look at whether Joan Garcia did actually handle the ball outside of his box. The ball's flicked over the top and it's pretty close. Certainly one that VAR were looking at, but play continues. And we will have 8 additional minutes at the end of this second half. Barcelona have got 8 minutes to find an equaliser with a player less. Pedri. Barcelona have actually... Pedri puts the ball across to Lewandowski, but his header goes straight to the goalkeeper. Terrific delivery from Pedri. Lewandowski was the perfect person he wanted to find. He got in front of his man, he headed the ball on goal, but it was straight at the goalkeeper, Musso. Went above the head of Longley. Lewandowski got in front of Lenormand. Just couldn't angle it away from the goalkeeper. As Atletico Madrid win the ball, they're on the attack. It's Bainer on the right hand side. Tries to square the ball into Llorente. He can't get a shot away. Excellent defended by De Jong. Goalkeeper can't get a hand to the ball, but De Jong is able to prod the ball away. And now Lamine Yamal has it on the left hand side. He cuts back inside. Rashford is down on the ground, holding his face. Yamal is attacking with the ball. He tries to slip it full to Araujo. Barcelona have it with De Jong. It comes out to Rashford, who's back on his feet. It's Yamal on the left hand side again. He plays it back to De Jong. Squared over to Koundé. Koundé looks up. He squares it to Pedri. Comes out wide to Rashford. Tries to beat his man, but that's excellent defended by Nicolas Gonzalez, the Juventus loanee. Here's Pedri. De Jong, the Dutch international, tries to play the ball forward. It's not a great pass. It's cleared by Atletico Madrid. It comes back to Koundé. Badaji. He looks up. He squares the ball to Martin. Rashford puts it across. It's a decent delivery towards Araujo. He can't head the ball on towards the goal, and then Atletico Madrid just put the ball out of play on the far side, right by the halfway line. You can feel the tension rising inside the Metropolitano. This could feel like a very, very long 5 minutes. Cross comes in from Barcelona, and it's beyond Araujo, and it goes out for a goal kick. It's interesting to see that Flick has brought on Araujo not as a centre half, just as another target man alongside Lewandowski up front. So you've got 2 target men in Araujo and Lewandowski, and then you've got 2 left wingers in Rashford and Yamal, and then you've got Badaji on the right hand side as well. 4 minutes remaining. The scarves are being waved inside the Metropolitano from the home fans. De Jong plays the ball inside to Pedri, who plays it back to his goalkeeper Joan Garcia. Squared to Martin. Slips it down the line to De Jong. He's trying to get away from Llorente. He's able to pass the ball to Rashford. He loses possession. Llorente is able to play it back. Atletico Madrid have it. on the near side of Molina. It's down the line to Sorloff, who I think was offside, but the official didn't catch it. Barcelona have the ball with Yamal. He goes down. The referee blows his whistle for a free kick on the halfway line. Barca take it very quickly, as they always do. Koundé has it. Pedri. Yamal, who's in a really central area at the moment. Ball goes wide to Badaji on the far side. Goes back to Pedri. De Jong. Cross comes in. Keeper comes out. He collects it. He's done really well there. Juan Musso, who's actually had a really good game, in all honesty. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, a lot of people thought maybe Jan Oblak would be back between the sticks for Atletico Madrid, but he's had an excellent game, as he did in the first leg, in all honesty. So on clearance though goes only to De Jong. Rashford now has it in his own half for Barcelona. 2.5 minutes remaining. Rashford tries to spread it onto the far side. Ruggieri misses the clearance. Bargi is on the attack. Onto his left foot. Shot comes in. It deflects all the way through to Rashford, who keeps it playing. He pulls the ball back and Llorente is able to clear. A terrific clearance by the midfielder, who's played really well, Marcus Llorente. He's starting to look a little bit tired now. Even more tired if he has to play an additional 30 minutes. Yamal's cross is blocked. Barcelona have less than 2 minutes. They are a player down, but it doesn't feel like it. It's 10 versus 11, and it feels like it's 11 v 11 at the moment. It's Pedri now. We're on the edge of the centre circle. He's the furthest out player. Barcelona continue to press and press and press, but they couldn't find the breakthrough. So it means in the Spanish capital, at the Metropolitano, it's finished at Atletico Madrid 1, Barcelona 2. Atletico Madrid are through to the semi-finals with a 3-2 victory.